And we are live. Yay. Happy
Uh,
Friday. And for the Jewish of us, Happy New Year today.
yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And also next week is a public holiday next Thursday, which is very exciting. I was going down memory lane and I was looking at the videos, and I'm actually going to post one or two of the old videos that we did, because it's just been an amazing journey. Amazing journey. It really has. And it actually ties into what we're talking about, how to be more resilient. It's exactly it. It's like, how do you be more resilient? So yeah, just a little bit of background about the resilience. It really is that we've all got it in us, but the quantity that we have, if that's the right word, the quantity depends on us, because resilience is something that you can work on. And it's something that you can choose or not, because life is challenging. Yep.
I think in a lot of things, it's really up to us. Okay. So in everything you do on your personal business life, it's all up to you. You are the only one that can control your feelings, your thoughts, where you want to take things. And that's why I really love this topic, because especially in a period of time like we are today in COVID, are you resilient or not? So ask yourself the question. Listen to the different tips we give you. And please share with us, what do you feel more resonating with? What do you feel more connected with? What are the things you're doing? What are things you're not doing you want to adopt? So share with us. So we should start.
Yeah. So the first one is the way that you think. So we've spoken about this so much. If you're going to keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, isn't that the first sign of madness? Somebody once said that, something like that. So, if you are trying to solve, like something that I've started to do very recently, well, in the last few months, is when there's a challenge with something, whatever that challenge is, my first reaction is, okay, so let me just look at this without emotion, whatever it is. Then let me decide on how to address the situation, invariably with the person, whatever that situation is. Then, depending on the outcome, come to some sort of resolution. So I don't sit and stew over stuff and ponder it and worry about it and hold on to it. It is what it is. So whatever works for you. I don't know, what do you do?
So I'm actually resonating for the second one, because it's actually linked to what you're saying, is that you master your emotions before they manage you. And that's what I do. I let my emotions be there. I'm acknowledging them, but I don't let them control me and guide me in what I do. It's like, and especially it's something I learned in the last year about fears. Because of a tragedy that I've been through in my life, I've realized that I've developed new fears and are new for me. And I learned the process that I'm acknowledging them. I wrote them down on a piece of paper. They're there. I know them, but I don't let them control me. I'm like controlling my emotions. And I always remind myself, when you said like not to try to solve problems with thinking and creating them. That's what I'm doing myself. I'm giving myself a speech like that, the power of our mind is so strong that if I'm going to let everything, like my thoughts, my emotions, control me, I'm going to attract it to me. And I don't want to attract it to me. Yeah. So I'm pushing it away. I'm acknowledging, but not letting it control me.
Yeah, and I think also with emotions is I actually realized I listen to some very, very, very heavy podcasts. I mean, for me, I don't know what it is about me, but I just quite like these very heavy ones. And I think it's because a lot of the stuff that I listen to is so removed from my life that I listen to it and I go, wow, these people are incredible, what they've gone through and how they've chosen to be resilient around that, And I think with your emotions, to allow it to pass through you, whether it is grief, whether it's loss, whether it's whatever it is, anger, don't be reactive, but let it pass through you. Don't try and deny it. It is what it is, but it will pass. You just got to let it go through you.
It is. Yeah. And you know what? It's like you're saying, like, even find the people that can inspire you, motivate you, show you another point of view. And there's a reason why in a certain period of time, we are searching more and more for a certain type of people to be around us, because that's what we need. So let that part, control you, guide you, but not let it like sink in and like get stuck and preventing you. So if you feel a connection to the first two we gave you, and there's plenty more, let us know in the comment below. Please share with us, what do you do to be more resilient?
And the next one actually ties in with all of that, talking about to be tough. And there's I don't know. I mean, that can be understood or misunderstood in so many ways. And by being tough, that doesn't mean not having emotions. It doesn't mean being disconnected, but it just means that I think if you're going to fall apart with everything that happens in your life, you're going to be a mess. And I mean that with absolute respect, but you're going to be a mess because, there's going to be, your parents are going to get sick. Friendships are going to end. Relationships are going to end. You could get fired from your job. Those things are all a given. It's a part of your life journey. So you need to build the resilience and that's part of life. All of this is part of life.
It is. And it's like I always say, the formula of event plus reaction equal to the outcome. Mm-hmm. Those events will happen. If you want it or not, no one actually asking you, it's going to happen. It's up to you to decide how you want to respond to this, because that's going to lead to the final outcome, which is very important. And I think when you say stay tough, it's like a lot of time we've been taught as kids, like especially the boys, be strong, be tough, that's men, which bottom line doesn't mean and I loved it when you said it, it doesn't mean that you cannot be sensitive, that you don't have the emotions. It's just to help you get through. You need to develop, let's say, like a skin, like a tough skin that you can actually deal with this. Which actually links to the next one, because the next one is going to help you keep growing, and that's part of the journey. Like if I always, for example, on my side, I always say thank you also for my challenges in life. I look at what I've been through in the last few years and all the challenges, and I'm grateful for this, because all of this got me to be tougher and helped me to grow. And I would not grow if I wouldn't get it. And there was one time that I listened, there was a documentary thing. There was a lady interviewing other females that, celebrities from different places. And she was chatting to Lady Gaga, and to everyone, she asked the same question. What would you tell your 16 years old, back then? And she was the one that I really loved and resonated to what she said, because she said, I would tell her, don't change anything. And people who knows Lady Gaga knows she had a tough life. She said, I would not tell her to change anything, because everything you've been through got you to where you are now. And that's the thing. That's part of your journey. That's part of your story. That's who you are as a brand. So use it to grow. And there's a reason why I say growing pains. It's never easy.
Yeah. I mean, for me, what I think is so powerful is also when you have great support. And when I say that, I think of my sister and her husband. They've been together for 20 years. My dad's very sick, and my sister's, she finds a lot of it, the emotional stuff, quite hard to deal with my dad. And I mean, he just steps in. He is just an amazing human being, and he's been part of the family for 20 years. And he just steps in, and he's like, "Nope, I'm going to be there. I'm going to sort it out. What do you need?" So having that resilience and having the support does help. The next one is about staying prepared. And I think prepared means that things are always going to happen. So you can't fall apart when things happen. You're going to feel a sadness or an anger or some kind of emotion, but you also need to be resilient in knowing that life is going to throw you curveballs that just are. So just be prepared that it's not, I think if you never have any struggles, that means your purpose here is done. And it's almost, well, why would you still be here? Maybe your time on the planet's done. So you need to be prepared to know that there's always going to be challenges.
It is. And you know what? I agree and disagree in this, because there is stuff that even though you know about them, it doesn't mean that it's easy for you to prepare yourself. And I know because of the tragedies that I've been through, no matter what, I could not prepare myself for that moment. But I still had it in the back of my head. But there's nothing I could have done to actually prepare myself. So it's not always, but if there's stuff and topics that you can actually prepare yourself, so do it. It also links to the next one, which is, pick yourself every time you fall. And don't be afraid. It's I always give the example as kids, right? When they try to learn how to walk. They're learning how to walk, and they keep on falling over and over and over again. If they would have given up, we wouldn't be able probably as human beings to walk. But that's part of us as human beings. So we always keep on pushing ourselves, always keep on trying to pick ourselves up. And you know what? This is how it goes. Like someone once told me that life is like EKG, right? It's up and it's down and it's up and it's down. And that's a healthy life. If it's all flat, you're dead. If it's too high, it means you're not healthy. So you do need it in you. So yeah, just pick yourself up. Don't be afraid. It's part of your journey.
Yeah, and find something that you, whether it is some being outside, whether it's talking to friends, but just to find a way of actually helping yourself through that process, you know? So yeah. The next one is to reward yourself with small wins. And I really, really like this one. So a small win for me is definitely about being able to see friends, being able to exercise, being able to connect with people. So for me, yeah, that would be around the small wins. Have I lost Donna? Where did you go?
Something was burning her, so I moved it to you.
Oh, okay. So it was over to me. Okay, well there we go. Well, that was my win. Yeah. So reward yourself with small wins. Whatever those small wins are, but it can't just be all about work. I mean, it's quite exciting that next Thursday is a public holiday because it's a day just to spoil yourself, whatever that means.
But you know, I'm with you and we keep on saying it on everything. You know, if procrastinating, it doesn't matter if you're trying to learn to love yourself. Focus on the small stuff, small wins. No one you cannot count on all the big ones. Yes, the big ones are nice and good to have. But, you know, I like it because that's what helped me to grow. Every time to put yourself a little milestone on the way to get there.
What is a win? What's a little win for you? Like, how would you spoil yourself with, and what would be a little win?
So for me, a little win can be that I'm doing now my yoga and I'm trying to practice for a while in certain poses and I couldn't do it. And then I succeed or I do it a bit better. So I'm like, yay, I'm so excited. Even my teacher, Sheila, yay, I did it. That can be a small win for me. A small win is that, you know, I'll push myself to do something that's outside of my comfort zone. I'll go do something on myself. I'll try to play the keyboards and I remember how to play this. Like it's different stuff. It's not... I actually more focus on the small ones because that's really helping me to grow and helping me to be more complete with myself, you know, more like I'm good.
So how do you reward yourself? What is a reward for you? How do you treat yourself?
Whatever I feel at that moment, if it means like giving rest and like lying on the couch and do nothing, or like even just eating like chocolates, it's like different stuff. I'll find whatever feels at that specific moment and I'll do things like this or, you know. And you?
Yeah, for me, I think I was talking about this when we lost you. Where's she gone? It's around seeing friends and spending time with my mom. My mom just messaged me now to say she's booked for us to go somewhere in Olivia on Sunday for lunch. Like that's a big spoil, you know, going on that road trip with you was amazing. Yeah. So there's always little things for sure.
Yes. And the next one is keep giving, you know, I'm a big believer in giving and you've got nothing to lose by giving. You give, you're going to get it back one way or another in different variations. Because that's, you know, by you giving, it's mean that you are discovering yourself, you know, you are fine with what you have inside. And that's why you are so open to share. And I can teach you a lot about yourself. And if you also going through a hard time, but you still find it in you to give, people appreciate it. And I like it. It's like always when you look at different like shows, right? Especially the American one that love sharing stories. You see those ones that have been through terrible tragedies and they're still giving and everyone like, oh wow. That inspires others. So it doesn't matter what you're going through. If you can still find that time to, you know, to give, that will be amazing. That's the best thing for you. That's the best thing for others. And it is going to help you to be more resilient.
It also, in a very selfish way, and I'm saying that because I work at Say Yes, it also in a very selfish way makes you feel like you're living a purpose. It makes you feel like you're doing something for more than just you. It makes you feel like you're actually making a difference to more than just yourself. So it's a giving back, and especially in a supportive, to a non-profit or to people less fortunate or to animals or whatever your choice is.
Because you want to give.
Oh yeah. I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, you know. But yeah, if you do, it does, you know.
And by the way, people can feel it when you give just because you feel obligated to actually when you give because it comes from the inside. So think about it. If you don't really feel like giving, that's okay. No one's have to. No one's supposed to give because we want.
You know what? I have moments when that resonates with me when it comes to car guards. So I have some moments where literally I just want to give this guy, I don't know, money and food and basically just, you know, I think he's amazing. And then the next time it could be someone else and I'll be like, really? Seriously? I've been here for 5 minutes? So it's quite bizarre that, because when I don't feel it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not just going to do it because I feel I need to. You know, and if the guy asks me, he'll say, but you parked here. I'll say, you've got to be flipping kidding me. I've been here for 5 minutes. No, I'm not going to, you know. So, and then we get into an argument. So I'm thinking, Bridget, really, over $5,000, you're seriously going to do this? But, you know, yeah. So, yeah, only give when you want to, not when you're fighting with a car guard or something. Yeah.
Yes. So before we summing it all up, it's, you know, we just want to remind everyone on Tuesday, we're talking about marketing topics. On Friday, we do personal development. If you have topics that you really want to learn more about, that you want us to share tips about, send us a private message or write in the comments and let us know so we can actually, you know, do it. We're trying to think about stuff that we resonate with as well, but we know that you guys are also looking for. So it's very important if you can just communicate it with us and let us know. Also, let us know, what do you think? We gave you all the tips. We're going to sum them all up now. Which one are you feeling more resonating with? Which one do you think that you are not doing, you want to do? What's going on? Share with us.
Mm-hmm. So the first one is change your thinking, so change your outcome.
The second one is to master your emotions before they actually start controlling you.
And the third one is to stay tough.
And keep growing.
And stay prepared.
And pick yourself up every time you fall, like a cat. Always fall on his feet.
And then reward yourself for small wins.
And keep giving. Giving is amazing. Do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I think resilience is the best gift you can give yourself, because there's always, I can't think of a week that there hasn't been some challenge where it has required resilience in order to go, you've got this. Like, that's my mantra to myself. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this. You know, so resilience is key. Yeah,
it is. And you just need to remind yourself, if others can do it, why cannot you? You know, it's all up to you. And I keep reminding myself all the time, okay, I can do it. And you know, what's the worst scenario? Like, I always tell myself the no is already there.
Yes.
You can only be surprised by getting the yes.
But I also know that your favorite is rejection is redirection. That is your favorite. That is your mantra. That's on your tombstone. That is your thing. Yeah.
It is, because you know what? You spoke about like the life journey and everything. Yeah. So what if you lost your job? I'm not disrespecting anything. Yes. So what if, like, you know, things are happening. There's a reason why it's happening. I know it's an annoying saying, say like everything happens for a reason and blah, blah, blah. And all of those slogans that keep repeating over and over. But it's when we get to a difficult part, I know it's a struggle for us to see it. Yeah. But if we just learning to trust the universe, God, the plan, you know, you name it, just learn to trust it. Understand that there's something behind it. The moment you get to there's something behind it, you'll understand. And that's why I really love the saying, because Jackie Rollins, when she said it, she's been through a hard life. She was in an abusive relationship. She lost she didn't have a job. She wrote this book of Harry Potter. No one really wanted to give it. And eventually everyone pushed her aside until she got to where she wanted to be. That's why she's donating most of her money, right? Because she's in that place. But she wasn't there. And I love it that she's sharing all the failures along the way. What?
She was resilient.
She was resilient. And
Yes.
she never gave up, and she kept
Exactly.
on trying and trying until she got to where she wanted. That's the
Yeah.
beauty. That's why I admire people like J.K. Rowling, because she had a tough life. She never gave up. She kept on pushing, and she got what she wanted. She didn't send to one a publisher or two and said, okay, they said no, no. She kept on sending. I think was the 10th or the 11th one that actually, got it. And look how huge success it became. So yeah, so don't give up. So that's why I like her saying rejection is redirection. If someone tells you no, say thank you, because now you're aiming me to the right direction. That's what
Yeah.
I do, and that's my advice. It's not always easy, but yeah, give it a try.
Yeah.
So share with us, for everyone who watching us, like, what do you think? Did you like? What do you think about our content? What do you want us to change, to improve? What are you feel that missing? Let us know. And we're gonna see you on Tuesday for marketing. And we're gonna see about next Friday, because it's like probably people will take long weekends. So we go with this. So if you want us, we can still do. But yeah, and share with us. If you learned something new on how to be more resilient today? So for those of you who haven't watched it from the beginning, you can rewind now and watch it back.
Yeah.
Have an awesome weekend.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.